Happy New Year's.
It is right now New Year's Eve, and festivities are beginning here in the Florida Keys. We've got fireworks going off all around us, and so we just wanted to stop for a second, wish everyone a Happy New Year's, and just share a couple thoughts we had, and then give you a look back at what was 2019 for the Wandering Knapps.
So we firmly believe in New Year's resolutions, but we don't just say random resolutions. We call them goals, and there's mosquitoes everywhere. We call them goals, and your goals you won't really attain unless you write them down. So we actually have a notebook that we write down all of our goals and everything for the year, and we always pick a word for the year. We've done this since 2013.
So it's kind of interesting. Jolene always picks a word and writes it down, and then she'll ask me, and usually within a day or two, I think it's happened every year, I've come up with the same exact word that she has without her telling me. And so we do feel like it's a bit of like a divine, here's what I want you guys to focus on this year.
And it just kind of, it focuses us for the year on 6 different categories, which we'll get to in a second.
Well, it's kind of interesting because looking back, it really has been. 2018 was a year of transition for us. And that's where I was in the process of selling and closing down the business and selling the house and moving everything out. And then 2019, our word was new. And we had everything was new. New location, new friends, new job, new everything.
Everything.
And then the word that we really feel like God's given us for 2019, or excuse me, for 2020 is the word because. And it's really the essence of why are we doing what we're doing. And so we talk about because. Because, yeah.
And so instead of saying that you want to one day go do this adventure or that adventure, I'll do that if I had more money. Or I would do that if. We want you to say, I'll do that because.
Yeah, give yourself a reason to do what it is that you want to do.
Yeah.
And for us, it was to get out of that suburbia, to get our kids out and a life experience.
Try something new.
So yeah, that's our thing. There are 6 categories that we always cover every year, and we write them down usually as a family, and then Julie and I sometimes, if we have an area that we want to focus on individually, we'll write it down as well. So one being social. It's important not to become that lone wolf, especially as guys. We can become lone wolves. And my cameraman's getting eaten alive by a mosquito.
Our poor cameraman's getting. These mosquitoes are everywhere. So social, like for example, we have social like plan a neighborhood event or play dates or girls' nights, guys' nights, whatever. Just something that you know that if you have the goal, you'll actually get it on your calendar because it's important to you, and write that because down.
That particular one's real big when you're in your different life stages in your family, because your social things change when we have new kids versus when we have kids now. Family. So what do you want to do as a family? What are your goals as a family? It could be anything family oriented, whether it's just to spend more time together or
Game
for
nights.
us, we take big trips and stuff like that. So another one is education. I always believe in continuing our education.
Yeah, I always had education. I wanted to read a book a month.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Chris wanted to learn a new language. Just things like that.
Spiritual. So what new spiritual habits do you want to change in the new year? Financial. It's always a goal.
Everybody does financial, and it is a piece. Yep.
For us, usually budget. We'll look at a yearly budget. Say, okay, what's our big financial goals?
Like we wrote down how much we wanted to save in 2019, and be specific. Your goals. Let's back up real quick. You can have great goals and say, I want to save $1 million, but if that's not realistic, it's not a goal you should have. You should have a goal that's
realistic. It needs to be measured. So you can't just say, I want to be nicer. How do you measure that?
And it has to have a date.
Yeah, a time limit.
So
I want to do this, reasonable, whatever it is. It's measurable by this, by this time.
And we should have said this at the beginning. So on top of their 6
let's get my last
categories.
So our last category is usually health goals.
Health. Shocking. Everyone wants to lose weight. But, you know, like either start running or start a new workout program or get together with a friend once a week for a walk.
Eating habits changed, whatever that may be.
But
what were you going to say?
In addition to doing our 6 categories, we would also have like our 3 to 5 year goals. So if you have goals that you're not going to attain in January, February, whatever, then write them down on your 3 to 5 year page, and then that way you still have them there and you can dream about them, but you can make baby steps.
Our goal to change our lifestyle from suburbia to what we're doing now was set out several years ago.
It was on our 3 to 5 year list.
And when we wrote it down, it was a pipe dream. We didn't know how we were going to attain it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know how it was going to happen, and then we just steadily worked towards what that is. And we have goals now that we don't know if they're going to come to fruition, but 3 to 5 years out, we'd like to do this. It just it gives you that direction you want to point.
Otherwise, your life goes nowhere.
Yeah. So besides the big goals giving you a direction, they also say that if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time.
Yeah.
So give you something to go after. And even if you don't make it, don't be hard on yourself. Look back and go, how much further have I come because I set that goal?
Exactly. So I recommend just we get a simple 17-cent notebook at Target this year. We're green and we have our sticker on it, Wandering Knapps. And we're just going to write our 6 categories, and we're going to write them down for every month, January, February, March, and so on. And then what do I want to do in February? What do I want to do in November? And you write it down, and then you can check on yourself.
So we've had people tell us that what we're doing is inspiring them, and they want to follow along, and they want to someday do the similar thing that we're doing. Every day on the boat that I work on, I tell people my story, and they say they'd wish they could do something like that. So we're hoping that this does help you to inspire you to set new goals, go for it, don't look back, and but go ahead and look back on our year for 2019.
Yeah.
Thanks again for watching.
Happy New Year. 2019 started off with Caleb's birthday and our first family cruise. We got to explore Cozumel, Honduras, and Costa Maya. Started with a visit to family in Oregon, followed by over 40 days in and out of hotels all across America. We moved our belongings to 3 different storage units while we adventures was swimming with dolphins right behind our condo. In September, we finally moved aboard and took our maiden voyage to Isla Morada for a few months. We've learned so many new things living small.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling.
Florida is amazing. What's even more amazing are all the friends that we've made. Friends, both new and old, hold a very precious and important part of who we are. Friends are there to encourage you, lift you up, and push you along in this journey of life. (2019) was an amazing year, thanks to all of our friends and family. We would not be who we are without you. Thank you. Here's to 2020. Cheers to you and your family. Enjoy the journey.